So we've all been in this situation. You get your expensive Starbucks drink. It's $5. $5 for a latte. That's a lot of money. You drink it. It's too hot. You let it sit for a bit. Then it's too cold. It's like Goldilocks, the three bears. One soup's too hot. One soup's too cold. You need something just right. Something that can control the temperature of your hot drink. So we're gonna be looking at a mug today. It is called the Ember. It goes for $200. It is sold on Apple. You know how hard that is to get your product approved to be sold on Apple's website? This mug will control the temperature of the liquids inside to make it taste best for you. Let's get into it. Woo! The Ember temperature controlling travel mug. Now, this is the one that is sold on Apple. There are two options. This is, of course, the more expensive version. There's a cheaper one that you can get that's black and it's smaller. You can pour your drink into it. It's a mug after all. You adjust the temperature with a dial on the bottom of it, a touch sensitive dial, and with that it should keep the beverage at the optimal temperature for you to enjoy it. Now, taste savior, it enhances the flavor of your coffee or tea by choosing the temperature that tastes the best to you. That sounds pretty fancy. Temperature, rotate the dial at the bottom. We talked about that. To control it. Time, enjoy a delicious cup of coffee or tea at the perfect temperature at your own time, so you don't have to wait for it to cool off. Maybe you miss it, maybe you don't miss it, it's too hot. Let's get into it. I mean, if you're buying an expensive Starbucks drink, you want to enjoy it. Have you ever been in that situation? Like, legit, yesterday I bought a Starbucks drink. I left it on a counter. I forgot about it. I came back to it. It was cold. Waste of $5. So, let's take a look. Very nice packaging. So it just slides up. Oh. It's very Apple-like in terms of unboxing. Oh, that's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. I'm excited for this. So, you rotate it. It says Ember. Ember in orange, of course, resembling a flame. An ember coal. Oh, would you look at that? This is elegant. That has a nice feel to it. It feels good. It has one of those matte plastic finishes on. I don't know if you guys can tell. It is spillable. We looked at a non-spill cup. This one's a bit tipsy, but in terms of build quality, it is, should I say, Apple-like quality. The top of it resembles that which you'd find on Airpods, that type of plastic. Inside of the box, it also comes with a charger, which this mug rests on, so when it's overnight, you're not using it, you can charge it up. This way it lasts throughout the whole day. So here's some instructions. We're gonna get into this in a second. Here is the actual charge plate. Ooh, that feels nice. It's a bit light, but that's to be expected. It's just a charger. It has its 2 contact points. Here's the charging brick. So this is the base plate. It says dry well before you start charging it. That makes sense. Ooh, here is the mug. Now, took off the sticker. It has this sort of rubber-like bottom to prevent it from slipping. This, of course, is the dial to help you control it. It's a smooth enough dial. Now you just rest it on here and it starts charging. There is a indication of the battery level on the front of it. It is only around 40%. Whenever you get a new mug or new drinking cup, the best thing to do, which is always recommended, is to pour in boiling water to kill all potential germs inside of it. We're not going to do that step. We're just going to pour in some room temperature water. Ooh, look at that. Now this top functionality here, you press it to engage. I don't know, can you see that? Can you pick that up right there? That means it's closed. You press it down and then it opens, and that's how the liquid comes out of the top. I'm gonna close it, seal it up this way. How does it spill? Ah, it doesn't spill. That's to be expected, okay? I just didn't know if it would or would not. So we have, of course, liquids inside of here. It feels very nice to hold. It feels nice. This little tiny lip is very ergonomic. So the different functionalities, if you tap it once, it shows the temperature of it. If you tap it twice, it shows the mug name, Ember, of course. And if you tap it 3 times, it shows the battery life, which is very cool. I want to set a certain temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds. It'll turn on, says hello. Then now you tap once and then you change it So I want it to be a solid, what's a good temperature for drinking? 60, 70 degrees? I set it to 64 degrees. As you guys saw before, it was at room temperature. We set it to warm up a bit. Let's see if it's warmer. It is warmer, I will say. Now, this is not a cooking type of device. This isn't like a kettle. You're not supposed to put in room temperature water and warm it up. You're supposed to put in a hot liquid and set a temperature that you want it to stay at. So keep that in mind, but it did warm it up. It was a good feature. And then how is it for, so I'm drinking it and I'm closing it. There's a bit of liquids left over, so keep that in mind. So if you tip it over after, liquids will spill. The one downside that I can think of is that if you do not like the color white, it is only available on the Apple Store in white. But if you check out Ember's actual website, it does come in a very elegant black. Now, both Nathan and I agree that this black option is the more ergonomic version. When you're dealing with coffee or tea, it does stain, and that is a concern I would have with the white option, is that because it's so white, so pretty, it could easily stain, and then that would ruin the appearance of it. Now, let's just say that this is a bit too expensive. There is a cheaper option that's not a travel mug. It's just a normal cup that Ember does offer on their website. It's called a ceramic mug. It is also temperature controlled. It keeps your drinks warm, but it doesn't have that added lid on top of it, so it's not portable, so to speak. You can't just bring it in your car, set it down. Now, I don't get too impressed by products, if I'm being honest. I check out a lot of them. We look at a lot of cool, unique, quirky items every day. I will say, this is probably one of the most useful items I've reviewed. Now, if you can get over that price tag of $200, it is a solid option, especially if you're a coffee drinker, coffee lover, you like tea, you like a warm drink, but you don't want it to be too hot or too cold. I can highly recommend this. The Ember Travel Mug for 200 bucks.